Namaste to all. So we'll have a short, maybe 5-6 minutes. We'll just discuss one topic. So every week we try and discuss one aspect for us to trigger our thought process. So today in the spiritual space. So first of all, a quick question. Is God really there? How many of us are completely convinced about it? ईश्वर है, ऐसा मन के अंदर जो है पूर्ण रूप से विश्वास है. How many of us really feel that God is there? Or we have some doubt? So I see many hands going up, but also a few hands not fully going up with that sense of conviction. For example, the way sun is there, right? All of us are 100% convinced, isn't it? There's no absolute no doubt. No one will have any element of doubt. Whereas when I say God is there or not, there is some element of slight doubt, slight lack of full conviction that exists in most of our minds, isn't it? So overall, the whole concept around God is also very, very confusing because different interpretations, different ways to look at it. Someone tells you God stays over there, God stays over here, that is God, that's God's wife, that's God's children, that God killed that God. Multiple such aspects also we keep hearing about, and all this only adds to confusion. So in this learning series, we finished one module with last weekend, wherein we spoke about the Vedas, the importance of Vedas, and we also spoke about the 3 pramans. Which are 3 pramans, to remember? Anyone else? Once again, anyone else? I know what are 3 pramans? Okay. Pratyaksh praman, Anuman praman, and Shabda praman. We spoke about the 3 pramans last Sunday. Today we'll spend a few minutes just to understand as to is God there or not, and that a few different ways in which you can discuss it, but today we will talk only about this one principle called the 3-in-1 principle. Okay. So overall, let's go to the potter. Yeah. So what do you see over here? You see a potter, right? And what is the potter doing? He's making a pot. Why is he making this pot? Why is he making this pot? So that he can sell it, right? And why do you think he can sell it? Because someone can use it, isn't it? Or maybe he can use it for himself as well. Maybe he makes this pot and he himself stores water, right? So this pot, can we say, is made by someone? Is made by someone, right? Previous. Is made by someone. Can we also say that this pot is made for someone? Is this pot made for someone? If there is no one to use the pot, he will not make this pot at all, isn't it? He's making this pot for a certain objective, for a certain reason. Could be either to sell in the market or maybe for his own self-consumption, right? So we can say that this pot is made by someone, it is made for someone, and it is made with what? What is pot made of? Clay. There is water, right? There are few other ingredients, isn't it? So this pot is made by someone, for someone, using something. Using something. So this pot is made by someone, for someone, using something. Next slide. So this, if you think about in this universe as well, this world as well, right? Now this table is there. Could this table have come about by itself? अपने आप ये table यहाँ पे बन जाती? No, right? It is not but laws of nature. This table cannot come about by itself. This table is made by someone, for someone, using something. Okay. This principle, if you think about it, is applicable across everything in this world. You look at everything over here. Everything is made, including this mic, by someone, for someone, using something, right? So now if you think about this entire universe, a lot of atheists tend to believe that this universe came about by itself. This the sun came about by itself, the moon came about by itself, even this human body is by itself. Nothing happens by absolutely itself. अपने आप कुछ नहीं होता है. एक सिंपल टेबल भी आप मानते हैं कि अपने आप नहीं बन सकती है. इसको बनाने वाला कोई तो है. ये टेबल किसी द्वारा बनाई गई है, किसी के लिए बनाई गई है, और किसी वस्तु से, किसी चीज से बनाई गई है. तो उसी प्रकार से दिस एंटायर सन, मून, अर्थ एंड लीव दैट आवर ओन बॉडीज, जो हम लोग की अपनी बॉडीज हैं, ठीक है, ये किसने बनाया? क्या ये मां ने बनाया, पिता ने बनाया? नहीं. जब बच्चा, when the child comes, when the child is born, the parents don't even know whether it's a boy or a girl, isn't it? So there's no way we can say the mother has created this child or the father has created this child, right? So once again, this body is also made by someone, for someone, using something, right? Now this by someone is the supreme force. There has to be one. You call it God or don't call it God, or God, you can call it whatever name you want. It doesn't really matter. You can call it Parvati, Lakshmi, Shiva, Vishnu, Mahesh. You can call by whatever name you want. It just doesn't matter. But there is a supreme force. It is made by the supreme force for whom? For the souls, for our Atma. We all have Atma. We all have soul. So everything is made by someone, which is the supreme force. For whom? For you and me, the soul, the Atma. Using what? Using matter. Right? What is matter? Proton, electron, neutron. And matter can never be created nor destroyed. Exactly what the Vedas say. Using something. This entire world, if you crush it, if you crush this mic, what can it be? It will become powder. You crush it further, it will become a even more finer powder. You crush it further, it will become atoms. Proton, electron, neutron. This can be for even this fan, it can be for this television screen, it can be for anything in this world. Everything has a lowest common denominator. You have an LCM, right? Lowest common. So the LCM is your matter, with which this entire world has been created. Right? So everything is made by someone, for someone, using something. And this by someone is the supreme force, for someone is the soul. Okay? This is the next one slide along. So you see over here, there is a bird that makes a nest. Is the 3-in-1 principle applicable here also? This nest is made by someone for her own children and for herself, using what? Using twigs. Right? The same 3-in-1 principle will be applicable here as well. So this is one way to understand about God and the existence of supreme force. Since I'm conscious of time, I will stop the discussion here. If you have any 1 or 2 questions, I can take that. Yes, sir. God is? Right. Yes, so God is in self as well, for sure. So God is there everywhere. So God is there within us as well. It's a supreme force. Yes, you cannot see it with your own eyes, right? Like the many things else in this world that you cannot see but we believe in. A simplest example is air. Another example, mobile phone signal. You can't see mobile phone signal, but it is there. Your electricity. Electricity you cannot see, but it is there. So you're right, the God, supreme force is there everywhere, including within ourselves. Right? So that's the concept. Did I answer the question, sir? Yeah. Any other question? Okay. So thank you. We will proceed. Yes, sir. Okay. So, see this 3-in-1 principle, good question. This 3-in-1 principle, is it applicable on God and is it applicable on soul? On soul also, right? So on both these things, is it applicable? And is it applicable on matter? Same question, same logic can be extended there as well. So this principle, if you think about it, it will not be applicable on these 3 things because they are eternal. There are only these 3 aspects which are eternal. They have no beginning and no end. If you say God, then who created God? Then who is that God of God? Who is that? So that it will just not fall in place. See, overall spirituality is like a puzzle. It is like a a jigsaw puzzle. You put things together. Now, if you have an alternate theory that is more convincing, would love to hear that. If there is an alternate theory that is more convincing, would love to hear that. Otherwise, we have to agree on one starting point. And for that, you go back to the Shabda Praman. Last week we discussed, there is a Shabda Praman. Shabda Praman is go back to the Vedas. We all believe in Shabda Praman. If sun rises from the east, sun goes around the earth, or earth goes around the sun, is based on Shabda Praman. We can't see it, we can't feel it, but we believe it. Right? So, on this particular aspect, you go back to Shabda Praman in the Vedas, that says these three things are eternal. And overall, the jigsaw puzzle then falls in place. Because after that, everything is made by someone, for someone, using something. Thank you.